Good afternoon. I'm David Hales. I'm the manager for development services with the City of Edmonton, formerly known as Current Planning. With me today is Garry Dziwenka, the city's chief livery officer. As you all know, today vehicle for hire bylaw 17400 officially came into force. This bylaw provides the opportunity for new vehicle for hire services, such as mobile app ride-sharing services, to operate legally in Edmonton under a new class called private transportation providers. Licensing registration for PTPs officially opened this morning, and some of the first legal mobile app ride-sharing services entered the vehicle for hire market. I'd share with you, we had 5 regional and 1 commercial PTP dispatcher apply for license at noon today. The dispatchers applying first is a natural first step in the process, and then the vehicles would follow later. As the first city in Canada to develop and implement a response to ride sharing, we strove to find the right balance between recognizing the long history of service by the taxi business and being responsible to innovation in the industry. The bylaw supports a modernized vehicle for hire industry in Edmonton that responds to citizen demand for more choices and services by encouraging healthy competition while continuing to firmly uphold the standards set for public safety and to protect passengers and drivers. We'll continue to closely monitor the impact of the new bylaw and make adjustments as necessary to adjust potential issues with the public. I'm going to take a couple minutes to go over some of the key aspects of the new bylaw and the licensing process. First off is the fees and licensing process, and you all have a handout that actually gives you the detail on that, but the license fee structure establishes 2 PTP dispatcher categories. The first is a private or a regional PTP operating less than 200 vehicles. And the second is a commercial PTP operating more than 200 vehicles. The license fees for dispatchers, vehicles, and drivers will be the same as between taxis and regional PTPs. The city's vehicle for hire program is funded on a cost recovery basis. It's good for you to know. Fees collected are used to pay for the resources needed to administer and enforce the bylaw. An overview of the fee structure is currently available in the handout you received on the way in. City is exploring different options to increase flexibility in the vehicle for hire licensing process, and currently taxis and regional PTP dispatchers and drivers can come to the Permits and Licensing Center on the 5th floor of HSBC to apply. That's where they applied this morning. Commercial PTP drivers and vehicle owners have the option for the dispatcher to come to the service center as well and apply for the license and pay for the fees on their behalf. With regards to safety and regulatory requirements, the city will continue to uphold and enforce public safety standards as stipulated in the bylaw and encourages all companies entering and participating in the market to comply. Drivers will be required to provide the city with proof of proper insurance, class of driver's license, either 1, 2, or 4, as outlined by provincial law. Currently, the only acceptable insurance is a valid commercial policy, which the PTPs would qualify to use. The city is very pleased that the province of Alberta has announced it's investigating a new insurance product. We'll be prepared to accept the new policy as soon as things are finalized with the Superintendent of Insurance. Criminal record checks will also be required for all drivers, which aligns with the amendments made to the provincial regulations. In addition, all vehicles must pass an annual mechanical inspection by a properly licensed garage mechanic. We're waiting for the marking decals and vehicle identification examples here for you. You have this actually in your handout. Because licensed PTPs and taxis are subject to significant scrutiny by the city, they're considerably safer than non-regulated services. Legitimate licensed vehicles in Edmonton will be easy to recognize because they'll have distinct marking. And if you refer to your handouts, you have the examples for the pictures. Taxi will have the plates, which you're familiar with. That's attached to the front of the vehicle as it is now. Taxis also have a visible meter inside the vehicle and with the fares identified on the window. Commercial PTPs will have a sticker with the trademark symbol of the PTP dispatcher on the passenger side lower corner of the front windshield of the vehicle, so it's visible by users. Regional PTPs will be issued a City of Edmonton inspection sticker, and that's what it looks like there. Placed directly in front on the front windshield of the lower corner of the passenger side of the vehicle. All legitimate PTPs and drivers must present their City of Edmonton driver's license. Now, in the case of traditional taxis, that's the photo of the driver, either having it displayed in the vehicle or it's made available through the app if it's an app-driven service. With regards to enforcement, with the new vehicle for hire bylaw coming into effect today, we expect all participants will comply with the new regulations. If any PTP or taxi vehicles are found to be operating illegally, we'll enforce with fines up to $5,000. New bylaw is the first step toward improved enforcement as it officially brings PTPs into the regulatory framework. We'll be closely monitoring the impact of this new service on the vehicle for hire industry and make adjustments as needed to address any potential enforcement issues. If people encounter an unlicensed vehicle or witness any problematic behavior, we encourage them to report it online at edmonton.ca vehicle for hire, or call 780-496-5244 so the vehicle can hire office can initiate an investigation. In conclusion, I'd say today marks the beginning of a new expanded vehicle for hire market in Edmonton. With more regulated transportation services open to citizens, we encourage Edmontons to learn more about their options, and again, start by visiting the city's website at edmonton.ca or by calling 311.